Hey nerds! Welcome to the interactive horror story. Today we have with us EmptyQuiver. Brandon, I'm gonna fucking murder you. Hey nerds! Welcome to the interactive horror story. Today we have with us EmptyQuiver. And Sheflash.
Hoi.
So we have a couple of decisions that we can make. I'll let you guys decide. But we have either the doll, After Funeral, Crystal Skull, Evil Beneath the Ground, Crystal Skull 2, or Madness in the Infinite Loop.
We could do Crystal Skull since it has a sequel.
Yeah, do the Indiana Jones one.
Yeah. Hopefully there's no aliens in this one.
Crystal Skull. You are a king who is loved by his people. You have a serious problem, though. You are an only child, Juliana, who has an incurable disease and she is dying. You hear about a crystal skull which can cure illness and let people have visions. It is brought to your place from the continent of America. But your man warns you that the skull might be cursed. Will the crystal skull bring health to the princess or doom? Play.
First try.
We're gonna kill her. She's gonna die.
Being a king is hard. Being a good king is even harder. You know this well as the sole ruler of the European kingdom in the age when America is discovered. It has been 25 years since you ascended the throne. Your subjects are content with your rule, your country is in peace, and the people are wealthy. But there's something wrong with your life. Your daughter, Juliana, is ill. She's only 18 years old, and she has got an illness that nobody could cure yet. Princess is dying, and she is your only child, and heir to the throne. Every doctor you could find tried to cure her. You have you have tried almost everything. Almost. You have been informed that a miraculous artifact unearthed in the continent of America. Do you think America's nice? Sounds interesting. Is it a human skull made of crystal? It amazes the scholars, because no method is known to carve up such an excellent shape of a skull out of crystal. This skull doesn't belong to the world that you know, but to an ancient civilization that has been lost. But what amazes the scholars is not just the impossible creation. The skull is told to bring miracles to whom touches it with their bare hands. Some people tell that they saw visions from the future. Some tell that they saw how the human race has originated. And some tell that the skull can cure their illness. Those couldn't be cured with the medication available to your era. Naturally, you ordered your best men to bring the miraculous skull to your palace. It's midnight now. You're in Juliana's chamber. She's lying in her bed, holding your hand as you sit by her bed. No candles are lit inside. Full moon enlights the princess's chambers, shining on her long blonde hair and blue eyes. She's too weak. Her skin is pale. She has under her eye bags showing her illness. You already suffered the loss of your wife 10 years ago, and now you can't stand to see your only daughter slowly die. Juliana asks you with a soft voice, "Father, am I going to die?" Number 1, I won't allow that. 2, eventually yes. I'm going with number 2.
Yeah,
What are you?
that's what I'm voting for.
I think
Two
that's good.
votes
That's
is-
like, yeah.
2 votes is enough. Number 2.
She sighs. It is so sad. It is so sad. I'm a princess with ambitions, ambitious to become a ruler, and it is certainly not about personal gain. I want to continue what you do. I want to be a fair ruler and make our people happy, she continues. But I think this is life. Death conquers all.
What the fuck kind of historic Europe are they talking about with fair rulers?
It's fantasy.
The door of the chamber is knocked on. The servants generally don't disturb the royal family members at night, so it must be something important. I only have one choice. Come in. A brunette boy, one of your servants, gets inside the chambers with politeness. He looks at you and says, "Your Majesty, the artifact has been brought. You have been waiting for this moment for a long time. 1. Go to the artifact. 2. Kiss Julian's forehead. I will come back." I mean, I feel like let's both go to the artifact,
Yeah.
but I mean...
It's not really a choice.
I mean, maybe it affects something later with Juliana.
Yeah, I guess smooch her. Give her that smooch.
Yeah, give her a smooch.
Alright. I was just gonna leave the bitch. After you kiss Juliana's forehead and say, I will come back, she brings your hand to her pale lips and kisses it. Then you leave Juliana alone in her chambers. At the exit of Julian's chamber, you see Sir William, one of the knights who were appointed with the task of bringing the ancient skull. He's a strong man with black hair and round beard. He wears a glove and holds a bag. Your Majesty, he says as he kneels before you. Signal him to stand. Let go of my study chamber.
Wait, what?
Wait, what?
Let's go to my study chamber! Let go of it, William! Sir William follows you as you walk to your study chamber. The chamber is well lit with the silver candelabrums. All the furniture class.
Candelabra.
All the furniture is classy. It is the king's study room after all. There's only one chair. It is for you. Well, that sucks for everyone else. You sit on it. Sir William stands by you and slowly puts the artifact from his bag. You push the books onto the study desk to open space for the artifact. Here it is, he says, and gently pushes the crystal skull on the study desk. The skull is truly a masterpiece. If it is crafted by humans, all the details of a human skull are imprinted with care on raw crystals. Lights coming from the candles are refracted inside the crystal, gaining various colors of a rainbow. It's magnificent, but you sense something sinister, something that doesn't belong in our world. Do we touch the skull? Or did you knights touch the skull? We ask. So we can touch it, or we can ask if the knights touched it.
Oh, touch it. Fucking touch it.
I was gonna say if the knights touch it, if something bad happens to us.
Who cares what happens to this king? We're touching it.
Alright. The end. Chapter 2.
As you're about to touch the skull, Sir William holds out your hand and prevents you from touching the skull. Your Majesty, I think I need to tell you something about the skull before you touch it. The day we were about to leave, a native man came up to us. He looked like the chief of his tribe. He knew little of our language, but he shouted some words that we could understand. Cursed! No touch!
Okay.
Okay.
So we haven't touched the skull with our bare hands again. I know that a princess needs to find a cure. I also know that we received a reliable information about the magical powers of this skull when it comes to incurable diseases. But, Your Majesty, I have got a very bad feeling about this skull. I believe that the wise decision is to throw the skull into the sea. 1. I can't let Julian die. She will touch this skull. 2. I trust her insight. Let's do it.
Touch.
I feel like the really obvious answers are in this game, but
So they just throw it into the skull and then some game over. That's it. Your daughter dies, I guess.
I would trust the insight.
I say touch it.
we're gonna touch it.
I'm just gonna touch it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I know, trial and error on Julianne.
You can have more
Good
kids.
Kingdom. No, he can't.
The
His
knight-
wife's dead.
He can get another.
You can
one.
find another bitch. The night size. As you wish, Your Majesty. But if you're going to bring the skull to her, I wish you would wear gloves. 1, touch it with your bare hands. 2,
no,
wear
you
gloves.
with bare hands. I'm not even gonna vote on this one.
Brandon,
Bare hands, bare hands.
you ignore the knight. Touch the skull with bare hands and instantly find yourself in a vision. In your vision, you're in the middle of a ritual. There are about 100 naked humans around you, forming a circle whose center is you. They are all prostrating themselves, worshiping you.
They're all just standing around not doing that important task they know they need to do.
It's nighttime. The plain area is enlightened with torches and stars. You see a stepped pyramid nearby. It's made by huge stone blocks. You realize that you are the crystal skull, and you can't see yourself, but you are completely aware of what you are. These naked people are worshipping you, the crystal skull. Then the visions change. Now it is not night. Morning. It is raining like hell. There's a huge flood. Unclothed, red-skinned humans scream and get drowned because of the disastrous torrent. And you, as the skull, drift away. You open your eyes and turn back to who you really are. The good King Sir William looks at you. Do you tell him the vision? Or let me bring the skull to Juliana?
Juliana.
Sheflash? Joanne?
I thought you said Juliana. You both said it, right?
Whoa, your mic sounds really messed up now.
Oh, is that better?
Say again?
Is that better?
Yeah.
It sounds like
There's like
fuzzy
background
when she talks, yeah. It wasn't like that before.
Hold on. Is that any better?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Do you want to tell the vision, or let me bring the skull to Juliana?
I feel like I'm always gonna be gone again, so just bring it to Juliana. Like, I feel like I'm just here as a tiebreaker between you two.
You thank Sir William for his services and let him go. You carry the skull to Juliana's chamber. You enter her chambers and see what she hasn't slept yet. She rises up and sits on her bed. She looks at the skull in awe. It looks marvelous. And scary, she says. You approach Juliana and let her touch the skull. She holds up the skull, rubs her hands around it. Nothing happens. Is something supposed to happen? She asks, then gives the skull back. Then she continues. Let's wait for tomorrow morning. Maybe it shows its effects soon. So you decide to leave Juliana alone and let her sleep. The skull will be staying in your study chamber. After this tiring day, you go to your chambers. There are no guards at your door. You just trust everybody in their palace. You are a loved king. The furnitures are luxurious in the chambers too. You take a glance at your reflection in the mirror. Examine yourself or sleep.
Nah, we're fine. Let's just go. Let's take a nap.
I mean, I would look in the mirror, but that's just me.
I'll look in the mirror. Let's see
Okay.
what's wrong with the guy. You take in pride of how you look. You are a middle-aged man, but you still look as handsome as you were young. Your looks are an important factor that makes you a charismatic leader, besides being fair and wise. Okay, so now it's giving me the option to sleep, so guess you're right, Brandon. You wear your nightgown and get in your bed. It is bed for two people, but you haven't slept with anyone since your wife passed away. You have a secret that you keep from everyone. Sometimes you hug the second pillow in your bed, as if someone you love. You do this since your childhood. Nobody needs to know. It doesn't take long before you fall asleep. You wake up in the morning. Something is wrong. You can't move your arm. No, not only your arm. You can't move any part of your body. You're paralyzed!
Oh.
Then suddenly your body starts to move involuntarily. It stands up, without your consent. Your feet bring you to the mirror. You see your face in the mirror. You are terrified, but there is a grin on your face. You are no longer in control of your body. You are merely a bystander of what it is.
We are the Crystal Skull.
It brings you to the throne room with confident steps. Soldiers salute you, to be exact, as you enter. It sits on the throne and shouts with your voice, "Bring me my daughter!" Jeez. You watch guards accompany Juliana. As she comes into your presence, it shouts, "I don't want her to suffer anymore." Kill her! Oh gosh, what have we done? What did we do? Juliana is shocked. What? Father, please! She is not the only surprised one in the room. Everybody looks at each other with shock. It shouts, "You heard your king? Execute her!" You try to shout, but your screams are buried inside the head of the king. Juliana gets on her knees and cries in despair. But it's in vain. 2 black masked decapitators come into your presence. That was quick.
Yeah, that was
What?
fast.
You know I'm all the time, guys, don't worry.
They were ready to chop off that little girl's head.
It's like one of them sitting on a chair in the corner. He's like, "Oh, thank fucking God," you know? It's like
I haven't had a job for weeks.
One holds the crying blonde girl, the other holds the sword.
They live off
You can
commission, so like this is really good for them.
You can do nothing but watch as your precious daughter gets decapitated. Her head falls down and rolls into the throne. Floor gets filled with her blood. Days pass. It continues to control your body. You mourn for your daughter inside the body that once belonged to you. You watch it rule your country with an iron fist. It orders all the churches to be burned and the priests to be hanged. Of course, you people uprise against the new king. It suppresses the revolt with violence. Anyone who stood against the king gets tortured. Eyes are poked. Skins are flayed. Soon, it orders people to worship it as a deity. Whoops. The God King declares war against other countries. It doesn't take long. I hate you. It doesn't take long for the other countries to form an alliance against the God King. In a fateful battle in your capital, the God King loses his horse. The evil king gets killed while desperately searching for a horse. And this is how your soul finally breaks free to heaven and to see your family once again. The end. There are 3 endings. I think we got the good ending.
Yeah, I'd say so. I'd say this is.
I mean, I was satisfied with it.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, thanks for watching with us, guys. I hope you guys join us in the next time we play this game. I think we made some good choices. What about you guys?
No.
Absolutely.
No.
Best possible
really
ending.
good.
100% secret true ending.
If you guys want to check out some other stuff, check out the links below. Otherwise, I hope you guys have a great and wonderful day. Bye!